Just hit me with the truth now. Girl, you're more than welcome to. So give me one good reason, baby, come on. I live for you and me, and now I really come to see that life would be much better once you're gone. I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I don't wanna see you out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you, just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't really wanna make it tough, I just wanna tell you that I've had enough. I might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye. I'm giving up, I know for sure. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. Nah, I'm checking out, I'm signing up. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. I'm giving up, I know for sure. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. Man, I'm checking out, I'm signing up. I don't wanna be the loser when I've had enough. I don't wanna be a fool in this game for two, so I'm leaving you behind. Bye, bye, bye. Don't wanna make it tough, but I've had enough. Bye, bye. No lie. Bye, bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you, just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't really wanna make it tough, I just wanna tell you that I've had enough. I might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, bye, bye, bye.
Taxation is stiff.
Welcome to the Muddied Waters of Freedom with your hosts, Matt Wright and Mohammed Shaker.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the Vanguard. For Mohammed Cameron Frye Shaker, I am Matt Ferris Bueller Wright. And together we are traversing the muddied waters of freedom. You have no idea who that is, do you?
No.
Wow.
I'm assuming that's like a shout out for our older generation.
That is a shout out for
listening.
No, that is a shout out for the cooler generation. And for anybody out there who knows that, good for you. You were raised correctly because you are so Cameron Frye.
Or
hey, can we borrow your
1980?
Can we borrow your dad's Ferrari and take it on a day trip around Chicago? No, nothing. We can go to a Cubs game.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. The Sausage King of Chicago?
I don't like Chicago. I like Chicago fully loaded hot dogs.
What if I started singing Dankeschön on a parade float? Nothing?
Nope. Dankeschön. That means thank you in German.
It does. It does.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
So, time to tell us young people what that is.
It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, man.
Oh, I never seen that.
It's Dan Quayle's favorite movie.
Yeah, never seen it. I'm not cool enough.
Apparently. See?
I actually always heard good things about it, just never seen it.
You are a Cameron.
Sure.
Right. You are absolutely a Cameron.
First and foremost, let's thank Low Tide Kava Bar for the kava we'll be drinking on today's show.
Yes. Thank you, Low Tide. Thank you, Justin. I'm assuming.
Yes. Bula.
Bula. Yes, Frank.
Today we can get fucked up on Kava.
Ben,
I just ruined our radio spot.
Already. Immediately dead. Ben Stein was also in that movie. You ever hear people... Bueller?
No. Oh, yes. That's
Ben Stein and Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Now that you have a reference point.
Because I remember seeing it, I had to ask about that. I saw a meme.
Abe Froman. That's like Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah. No, I
saw
saw the meme that was like, go to Starbucks, order a coffee, and give them the name Bueller and just never answer.
Yeah. Bueller?
Yeah.
Anyone? Bueller? Great movie. Love that movie. Watch that movie like once a year. But yes. Last night I was sitting there watching TV and I went, I don't know why, I was just like, man, Muhammad's just like Cameron Frye to my Ferris Bueller. I went, yes.
I've just never seen it, but I don't know who that is, so I can't understand what you're saying.
But I also wanted to do that because then there's also Sloane Peterson, who is the female counterpart to Ferris Bueller and Cameron Frye, which is my way of introducing somebody who's not here today. But we hired somebody new.
You spent all night to come up with this joke.
Oh, you have no idea to segue her in. Yes. Actually, it took me about 15 minutes. But we hired a new editor-in-chief and a regular contributor to the show.
Yeah, something we haven't had.
Who she's going to be our Sloane Peterson. I'm going to get her out of school. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, hopefully you guys get what he's saying.
If you haven't seen Ferris Bueller, go watch it. Like, you can listen to us on SoundCloud later. Like, go watch Ferris Bueller, people. But yes, we would definitely like to welcome Taylor Sloane Peterson Anderson to the show.
Yep. She'll probably be on next time.
Yes.
Because we should have it all figured out. She was a little busy today.
She was. I mean, a lot of people are busy today, which I understand because this used to be the greatest day of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
If this was me 4 years ago, this show would be happening either yesterday or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because either that or we'd just be getting drunk on the air.
I mean, we're getting drunk today on Cavo.
We're getting bullied. But yes, So I understand when people were like, does it have to? Tomorrow's. I was like, yeah, it's Casey Ryan Plott's birthday. Who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Everybody celebrates. But yeah, so we would like to officially welcome her to the Muddied Waters staff. So let's give her a quick bula. Bula. That's for you, Tay. Liberté.
Yep, she's a friend of mine from Young Americans for Liberty. She is I think she's still a Young Americans for Liberty state chair. That's what I used to do before I started the show. Basically, it's a libertarian student organization on college campuses. She can't join us today, but we're finally going to figure out through her help how to use our OBS software to split screen, Skype calls and other stuff like that into the Facebook feed. So when we have interviewees in the future, which a lot of you guys have listened to but never seen, you actually get to actually see them this time. And whenever she comes on, you'll get to see her pretty face. So it should be a good time.
Yes, which I understand why you don't want to tune in to see our face. Well, Muhammad's face. And
oh yeah.
Right. Got a face for radio.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I'm okay with that, man.
Yeah, I
fucking looked like a badass a few years ago, so that's all that fucking matters.
I know you looked like a pale
15
Obama.
Jumps, 16 jumps.
You looked like a pale Obama.
Mm-hmm.
You were.
Let's remember that 16 jumps.
16.
Death from above.
Yep.
But
never in combat.
Battle of the Bulge.
No.
You remember that? December 23rd, 1944.
I was like, no, I don't remember.
Private, I forget his name, and there's an armored division retreating, and the private is advancing, and the tankers are retreating, and the paratrooper says he's from the 1st Parachute Infantry Gliders, 1st Battalion, 325th Parachute Infantry Regiment, and whatchamacallit. So as the tankers were retreating, he says, "Hey, You need somewhere safe to be? And the tanker's like, yeah. And the paratrooper says to the tanker, well, pull up behind me, because I'm the 82nd Airborne, and this is as far as the bastards are going. Just a little bit of history for you on the greatness of the 82nd Airborne.
And fun little history lesson to start off the day.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And we're all like that.
We're
all of us are like that.
See, so like I know that Casey Martin is definitely like that.
Oh, definitely.
100%. Casey Martin, if ever some shit's about to go down and Casey's around, I'm going to feel safe.
Yeah, me too.
100%. If you're there, I'm going to be like, they're just going to tickle him and it's all over. He's going to scream like a 4-year-old, raise his hands like he's Kermit the Frog excited. Yeah. This past week, I watched, because I always talk about the shit that I watch. This past week, I watched the Amazon show Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
Have you seen / heard of?
No.
Okay, so it's got Giovanni Ribisi in it, who I liked ever since the Wonder Years. I'm just going to give you this before you make the old joke. Yeah.
You made the old joke last night.
Last night?
Yeah. I don't remember what movie it is that you saw in the theaters. And somebody had told you, so you had made the same joke about yourself because people had said you had seen whatever movie that was in the theaters. Even Sean was like, well, yeah, because you're old. And
but
then
he had seen it.
Exactly.
He had seen it
but
in
that's
the
what
theater. What movie was that?
I don't remember what you guys were talking about.
I don't either. I don't remember what movie that was. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I saw that movie in the theater. He's like, you're old. I said, you saw it in the theater. But yeah, so I watched Sneaky Pete. I watched this entire series in 2 days. It's got Giovanni Ribisi, and the first season has Walter White, and Walter White's the main bad guy. Walter White's the
You're talking about the character name of the actor that you can't
Bryan
recall?
Cranston.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't think you would know it.
No, I know.
Bryan Cranston is actually the executive producer of that show.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like, I just like con men. Every time I watch a con men show, I want to pull off a really great con.
Yeah.
I just like start planning it. I'm like, okay, who's my mark? Who am I going to go pretend to do something
And
great?
you make fun of me when I say I'm a normal guy that could own a drug empire.
You can't.
I can.
No, you can't.
You wouldn't know. No, nobody would know. Exactly. Just saying you can't, it's proof enough that I can.
Yeah?
That's like Walter White, fucking high school teacher.
True. 100% true.
And he had lung cancer. I'm getting mouth cancer. Saw the Copenhagen wintergreen lung cut.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna happen. I'm okay with it. It's gonna fucking happen.
Oh no,
it's okay.
When you start dropping teeth on the air.
No, if teeth start falling, I'm gonna go up to the Skyway. It's time for me to go. Goodbye,
right.
Beautiful world.
Thank God you don't say that about your hair.
Oh no, I'm gonna look like a fucking badass with my hair falling out.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm okay with it now. I was thinking about all the people that are balding or bald. All of them are fucking badasses. My dad, fucking.
I'll give it to your dad.
Yeah.
He terrifies me.
Yeah, my dad and like completely bald people, like
Bruce Willis,
Patrick Stewart, Bruce Willis, and I was like, hey,
Michael Jordan. My
hair falling out and me getting the devil horns, like I'm gonna be fucking badass. We're gonna be like, damn, this guy's fucking hiding a gun. He probably has somebody in the trunk of his car right now. And I might.
You might. But you need to be careful saying shit like that on the air, because if Jeff Sessions gets his way, you will be able to be committed by people involuntarily.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. How'd you like that segue?
Bad.
Yeah. It's the best you gave me. But yeah, so Jeff Sessions came out today. Was that today or yesterday?
Yeah, it came out today.
Okay, yeah, he came out today and he said that he would like to see that, or he supports a plan in which people can involuntarily
be committed. But here's what I don't understand.
By the community, right? Like anybody in the community can do it?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's what, okay.
And I believe part of it was to help stem with like gun violence. But obviously, I have a big issue with that because of my own personal experience that we've talked about like 3 times now.
Because you've been involuntarily committed.
Yeah, and actually, and aside from that, it's the same shit we've talked about where you can fucking make anybody now a fucking mentally ill person,
Right.
and imprison them, basically. And I don't believe in that.
No, not even a little bit.
No. And there's no way, these are the same people that were whining and complaining. Jeff Sessions is being like the liberals that were whining and complaining about Donald Trump's mental fitness.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, all these psychologists have been observing Donald Trump, and they think he's a little whoopoo up here. And I'm just like, they haven't seen him. They're just watching him from a distance. Right. That's not how you do a proper assessment, definitely physically or mentally, also from personal experience. Like, you always have, so I'm just, and then, the White House doctor gave him a clean bill of health, and everybody started saying that he was in on it, and then everybody was like, that's Obama's doctor too. Like,
right.
There's nothing political about the fucking doctor,
right,
or the military.
The doctor is just doing his doctor job.
Mm-hmm.
He's being all doctory, and that's pretty much, yeah. But yeah, you can't. It's a dumb plan. It's a dumb idea. But I mean,
of course.
But so here in the Sunshine State, we had that gun law that just got passed last week. The famous Democrat governor Rick Scott signed. Yeah. In which the same thing can happen, sort of. But we had the very first case. I think it was either today or yesterday. I was just tagged in it literally right before the show. That a guy in Broward County, in a place called Lighthouse Point, which is where I went to go speak.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's where I went to go speak.
About kratom and designer drugs, right?
No, I did Kava down there.
Oh, Kava. Okay.
Yeah, I talked about Kava down there. But it was in Lighthouse Point. A guy who was 56 years old had all of his weapons and ammo taken away because people were worried. And people were worried that he may do something wrong, and then he was Baker acted for 3 days. And now he can't get his weapons back, and he can't try to purchase a gun. So they seized his weapons. Yeah. And he hasn't done anything wrong. It's just somebody was worried about him, and now he can't get his weapons back.
Yeah. And I wish I would have had this pulled up, but I didn't know that we're going to talk about this because you're the one that heard about it. Whatchamacallit? After I'd been through my Florida Baker Act issue last year, I remember looking up some information about it because I was obviously very pissed off. Obviously, I was very pissed off. Everybody remembers that situation.
You were not.
Yeah.
You weren't pissed.
And Florida, and I know I'm repeating this actually, but it's worth repeating for the show, especially because it's connected to what you're talking about. Florida is one of, if not the worst states when it comes to involuntarily committing somebody to psychiatric observation. Yeah. One of the worst. I believe the statistic, I don't want to make this number up, but it's 1 every 3 minutes. It's in the whole state.
Of people getting Baker acted?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that this is Florida and we're filled. Like, we're more.
If not, it's hold on. I'm wrong about that.
Okay, I was like, that's
1 every hour, but that's still a lot. There are not that many people that need to be fucking Baker acted.
No. Absolutely not. No, that's insane.
Yeah.
And if it was 1 every 3 minutes, that would be like hospitals.
I thought about, like I said, I haven't seen the statistic in a while, but I can pull it up.
That'd be 20 people an hour.
Yeah, I can correct that in a little bit as we're talking.
480 people a day.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. we'd eventually be out of like.
But they do that. Like again, I had mentioned this last time when I used to work at St. Anthony's, and I'd see St. Pete police would bring in a homeless guy that has a chronic mental health issue that has nothing to do with him being a danger to himself or anybody else. They'll Baker Act him because they don't want to deal with him, and they'll let us deal with it. Like it's somebody that could be bipolar or has schizophrenia or something like that, or
right.
They'll bring them in and Baker Act them. They have that power. They'll just Baker Act them, and Baker acting should be for if you are a danger to yourself or others. A guy exposes himself pissing in the middle of the street. Yeah, wrong, but he has a mental health issue, a long-term one, but they don't want to deal with it.
So
they don't know what to do.
So they just Baker Act.
Yeah, Baker Act him. It's off their hands. It's in our hands now.
Right.
Also, that raises like the costs of mental health and hospital cares across the state and the rest of the country, really, because every state has its own version of the Baker Act law.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Huh. Anyway, but Illinois? Is it Illinois? I'm going to say it's Illinois. Illinois has a bill on the table right now, today, that they're going to be voting on very soon if they haven't voted on it yet, in which you must be 21 to own a firearm.
Oh, yeah, or you have to turn it in?
Or you have
I think that already passed.
did it pass?
I believe it already passed, and I could be wrong about that.
All right, we'll talk more. So
and if
I
it's
can look
not,
that up.
if it hasn't passed, you're right, it is on the table. But I believe yesterday I read that they did pass that law, and if you're under that age, you have about, 90 days?
I think, it's either 90 days or 30 days to...
No, it's not 30. 90 days to turn your weapons in.
Or they're going to come and take them.
Whatever that means. I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't know what that means either, but, I mean, it sounds a lot like they're coming to take your weapons.
Yeah.
The thing that they keep saying they're not going to try to do, that's what it sounds like they're getting ready to do. And it's like, oh, they're coming to take your weapons. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't remember who I saw posted that, so...
Yeah. That's all right.
But yeah, so the liberals keep saying that they're not here to take our weapons. They don't want to take our weapons, yet they're slowly working on it to take the weapons.
Yeah.
Like passing bill after bill, like, oh, well, if somebody in your community thinks that you are insane, we're going to come in and take your weapons away from you just because we feel as though you might be a danger to them or to us. And, or if you're under 21 and you legally purchase them at some point, well, sorry, you can't have those now. So we're just going to come and we're just going to take those from you. And it doesn't matter. Somebody just asked if they're going to collect guns from gangs on Chicago's South Side. No, no, they're not, because they don't know they have those weapons. They're only going to be taking those weapons from people who bought them legally. I
just want to say that at the moment I can't find it, but if you want to know the resource, I remember reading it on, it's cchrflorida.org, and that's Citizens Commissions on Human Rights. It's the watchdog investigating and exposing psychiatric human rights violation in Florida. There's literally an organization that's a watchdog over psychiatric abuse law, psychiatric laws abuse in Florida.
Right.
cchrflorida.org. And that's where I remember reading a statistic that was like 1 an hour or some shit like that. But anyways.
Right.
No, they're not. They're not going to take the gang guns.
Right. No, they're not going to take the gang guns. But yeah, so what? Okay, so yesterday, you and I and our dear friend Michael Murray were having a really great conversation at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And we were talking, which we'll get into this part. Actually, we can start talking about this now. But so we were talking about what we'll go into in a little bit, the walk up, not out movement.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. So, and he was saying that, or Michael was saying that he had a friend in high school who had an Instagram account with like 25,000 followers, and people would pay him to do promotions, and that was kind of his job. And then somebody got mad at him, and she and all of her friends like reported his profile to Instagram, and they deleted it. And like, he didn't ever talk to the people, anything like that. But they just did that, took away his profile, and then he couldn't get it back up, and he ended up losing that stream of income. Right. Like, the adult version of that is, my neighbor over there, I know, has weapons. I don't like that. I'm going to report him crazy and have him taken away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like,
and yeah,
like, just, I mean, Bowling for Soup fucking said it. Like, high school never ends. Like,
yeah,
you know, it keeps going. And you've got the same stuff that goes on during high school now happens as adults.
Yeah.
Like, it's a never ending cycle that's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a lot of that stuff can be stopped in high school and middle school, referencing that post I made, the walk up, not out thing. And I was actually just talking to my friend about it. So, like, the psyche...
They're coming for us. Do you hear it?
Yeah, but they can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sirens.
I know.
I just don't think the listeners can hear that.
If I can hear it through here, they
can you?
Yeah.
Disregard. But yeah, so like I had shared this picture, you know, and it got some people riled up. And it was Walk Up, Not Out, National School Walk Up Day. And it's like, what can you do? And it was like 4 bullet points. Walk up to the kid who sits alone and ask him to join your group. Walk up to the kid who never has a volunteer partner and offer to be hers or his. Walk up to your teacher and thank them. Walk up to someone and just be nice. And if you look at like the psychological development of people, it takes a long time for that to happen. I think I saw that it can take upwards of 25 years old for a human being, I believe of the male variety, to be fully developed with all their cognitive abilities, decision making, frontal lobe, all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, some people were like really mad at this. They're like, being nice doesn't work. My dick.
Being nice doesn't make your dick work. That's weird. That's normally what gets mine to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like that. Okay. So I was so flabbergasted, obviously, by the arguments that people were making about people saying this is stupid.
Yeah.
They were saying this is victim shaming. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And do you know how it's not victim shaming? They aren't victims.
That's a 2-part answer I gave to a person. You know, I was like, what are they victims of?
Nothing.
We're talking about the whole like school system right now. They are not victims of anything. They are not
being in the school system.
Exactly. Yeah, unless you're gonna say that everybody right now that did the walkout was a victim of the Parkland shooting. That
Right.
makes no fucking sense.
No.
And the other thing. Fuck, what was the other thing? They are not victims, and I don't remember what else I told him. Oh, and then I said, you know why I'm not victim shaming? Because I'm the one that made the post, and I'm telling you right now that I'm not victim shaming anybody or blaming anybody. I'm saying this is something that's important to do, and it's a good alternative than to simply only ever talk. Because whether gun control happens or not, we should talk about being nice. It does work. That's bullshit to claim that being nice doesn't work. And it's bullshit to say that it's never worked. Because can you honestly look at how, first of all, adults act with each other and how young, and then look at middle school and high school? people are not nice to each other. People bully each other a lot. So no, it may be an idea that we talk about to be nice, but no one's applying it. And this stuff really starts mainly at home to begin with.
100%.
And then, but then like when it comes to school, it's not really being applied. People are assholes to each other. You look at the prominence of World Star and other similar websites and the culture behind being excited over and glorifying school fights and bullying. A lot of it being bullying. You know, I've seen all kinds of fights are fights in my opinion. If it's like two people that are mad at each other, I don't count that. I don't count two people being mad at each other getting into a fight. I'm talking fights where like one person's getting bullied, or it's not a fight but somebody's being bullied. Even teachers get bullied. That's why I like that one point about walking up and thinking your teacher. I've seen so many videos where people are being assholes to their teachers.
Yeah.
That's wrong. And if the concept of be nice and talk to people works for a developed adult like me that's dealt with depression, anxiety, and suicide, if that's what it took for me, then how the fuck does that not apply to our younger children and teenagers? And that makes no sense. That's always the case. Talk to somebody, talk to the veterans, make sure they know that you're there, make them, whatever.
Right.
So it's stupid to say shit like it doesn't work. No, it works. Somebody even said that, I don't remember what this person said. It could cause somebody to, if you walk up and talk to somebody, it can cause them to shoot. What? How does talking to somebody cause them to shoot? That's wrong. That's the opposite of what that will happen.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess that kind of does depend on what you say to the person.
No, of course.
But, I mean, yeah, if you're just walking up and being like, hey, can I join you for lunch? Or, hey, we're going to go play basketball after school. And I don't know if you play, but if you want to,
yeah,
come on. Or, we're going to go play whatever stupid video game you play now. I don't know. 'Cause, whatever. We're going to go see a movie, whatever. Like, if you say something like that, they're probably not going to, like...
Exactly.
They're probably not going to be like, oh, well, did you just invite me to go see a Ryan Reynolds movie? Bang. Like, that's not going to happen.
No.
If it's a Katherine Heigl movie,
and
maybe.
And the sad thing is, and this is not... it's a lot of them. It's not everybody that's a liberal, but these are liberals that are talking to me like this, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm the guy that's for guns, and I'm the guy that was trained to kill, at one point in my life. And I'm the one that's talking about being nice.
Right.
And the importance of it. That's a little fucking weird, where I'm the one, like, doing that, and I'm saying how important it is, and they're saying it isn't. It makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
And then the other thing this person was saying, well, oh, you're saying we should be fake.
Right.
Well, a few people said that. You're saying we should be fake.
A few people
what
said
the
it.
fuck how did you get that out of anything that this post was saying or that I was saying? And then one other guy was saying, well, if you come up to me, you're being fake. And I'm just like, what? Do you go through your life assuming
everybody being nice to you?
Strangers coming up to you are fake?
Right.
Then how the fuck do you make any friends to begin with? Everybody's a fucking stranger until you talk to them and become friends.
Right.
Everybody. So no,
and
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
and
then most
they
of them
know
are
it's
just
bullshit.
strange. Yeah, it is. It's so stupid. It's so much of what's going on today, it has just become insane. We live in a victimhood society where everybody believes that somebody out there is either trying to wrong them or has wronged them. And you get the people who are like, oh, I hope that one day I get all the breaks that you get. Or, oh, well, look, why can't I be one of the popular kids? Or, oh, why don't I have as many friends as you? Or, oh, one day maybe I'll have people who want me to work on these projects kind of things with them. Oh, woe is me, why me, blah, blah, wah.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody has that. And it's like,
yeah.
Not everybody is a victim. People make themselves into victims.
Exactly.
People make themselves into victims. And you have this issue where if starting at a young age, and I understand that high school is never going to change. Like, it's never really truly going to change. But if you can get a few kids, you just need a few kids to be able to change. And if they start going around and talking to the kid that's sitting by himself or whatever, and they invite him to come hang out, and that could change.
Yeah, and
everything.
And that's what I'm teaching my kids, man. Like when I have them, like the people saying that this isn't gonna work. You know what? If you have kids, and your kids, because you did not enforce and teach them the importance of other people's life and how to be nice, I hope my kids are there to talk to that quiet person that no one's talking to.
Right.
I goddamn hope so. And there's that video that they put out after, and I think this was put out by a group that I don't remember if they had anything to do with being anti or pro guns. But this video came out. You can look it up. Just look up Sandy Hook gun ad video. It's like 2.5 minutes. And it shows like in a school. It just shows a bunch of kids throughout the school, different parts of the school, different kids doing different things. And then suddenly a kid gets up and starts shooting. And then the video says, "Did you see the warning signs?" And then it goes back to the video. And it shows you, it kind of like blurs out everything else around the warning signs. One of it was like a kid scrolling through Instagram, and one of the kids had shared a picture of him with his guns on Instagram. Not that sharing your picture on guns on Instagram alone is the issue, because there was other stuff that was happening with that kid, and nobody paid attention.
Right.
And that's the thing. If you don't, if these people get pushed to the point that they think they're not worth it. They think they are not worth it. And because of that, they think nobody else is worth it either, so they fucking start shooting.
Right.
And one thing that our friend Skylar had told me, and I didn't know about this at all, the Columbine shooter did not shoot the kids that were nice to him.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Nope.
The Columbine shooter,
Okay, so there were 2 shooters at Columbine.
Okay, well, one of them, from what she said.
I don't think either of them did.
Did what?
Shot some people that were nice to him.
Oh, okay, then maybe.
Yeah, I think they had a plan on who they wanted.
Yeah, and she said that, like, this guy, these guys or this guy, whatever, went around, calming and thanking the ones that were nice to them before they shot everybody else that they were going to shoot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, by that point, it was too late. These guys were already done with whatever the fuck was going on. They were done. So imagine if, like, more people had paid attention and been nice to them. That's not victim blaming. That's saying be fucking nice. Because you should be fucking nice without being fake.
Right.
You don't have to be fake to be nice. You be nice because you're fucking nice.
I can't believe I'm about to reference this. So, long time ago, Dane Cook put out a stand-up, and then he was like, we all got that one guy at work, Toby, I think was his name, I don't remember. He's like, it's always named Toby. He kind of smells weird. He's always eating like a Snickers bar. You just know that one day he's gonna walk in, just shoot up the entire place. And you all make fun of that guy, don't you? And he's like, I bring that guy a Snickers. Yeah. Every day. Bring him a Snickers. Why? Because when he starts kicking in doors and just he gets to my door, kicks in, he looks at me and he goes, thanks for the Snickers, and just keeps going.
Thanks for the Snickers. This is basic psychology. I don't know how people don't get it. Right, and I'm not even the biggest psychology guy.
But first of all, I can't believe I just referenced Dane Cook on our show. And second, yeah, like, it's not that hard. Like, you just, to the best of my knowledge, and I could be wrong here, and if anybody from my high school is watching this, which I don't think you do, but if any of you are and I am wrong, private message me and let me know. But I'm pretty certain I was pretty nice to people throughout high school. Actually, I just tried to keep to myself and hang out with like my group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't like.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Yeah, I didn't like make fun of anybody or pick on anybody.
Yeah.
To the best of my memory, I did not do that. Mainly because I was really small and I probably would have gotten my ass kicked. But I don't remember ever being like super mean or anything to anybody, and I never had like I had problems throughout high school. We all had problems throughout high school, but I never had like any issue that was that grave. You know, like I never got into a fight. I never, had anybody like tell me that they hated me. Yeah. You know, I didn't even date in high school. Mm-hmm. I didn't have my first kiss till senior year.
I can see that.
You're an idiot. But yeah, so it's not hard to be nice to people.
Yeah, and if whether we need actual gun control or not, the concept still applies because they're gonna fucking grab a knife instead.
Right.
Idiots.
Right. You know.
Like, I don't fucking get how people don't see that. Fine, take away the guns. He's gonna fucking grab a knife. What the fuck?
Right.
Like,
and then he's gonna be
stupid?
stabbing people.
What's the difference? That's
right.
why it's important to talk about being nice. I'm baffled that we have to like explain why being nice is so important and proper thing to teach our kids. Like, really? I almost hope some of these people don't have kids. If they're not going to raise their kids properly, right. With all due respect, it's important to teach your kids to be nice and to respect others. And if they're not going to do that, I almost hope some of these people that believe so don't have kids, because your kids are going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Or they may cause problems. They may be the ones being assholes. You know, that is what ends up happening, because either if you're not raising your kids right on being nice and respecting people, either they're gonna ignore the quiet ones, or they're gonna be the ones beating up on the quiet ones.
Right.
Either or, you know.
Yeah, it's just okay. And it's so bizarre to me, because the people who are like, that's victim shaming, don't blame the victims. Or, well, one, they're wrong, because those aren't victims. You are not blaming victims here. Like, you feel bad for the victims. You feel bad for the 17 that died, right?
You feel bad for the survivors.
You feel bad for the survivors. Yeah, but the people that is going to, of the students who were forced to walk out of class by their teachers, like all those people, they aren't victims. I mean, they're victims of the public school system, but I mean, they aren't victims of any sort of mass shooting or, school shooting or anything like that, because there hasn't been one there yet. It's like preventative care. It's like you go to the doctor to try to stop from getting. You're supposed to go to the doctor to stop from trying to getting sick. None of us do it. We go when we are sick, but it's like changing the oil on your car, rotating the tires, making sure your fluids are full. Right? You do all of this stuff to make sure that your car has less problems later. Yeah. Being nice to people is preventative care for everything. Mm-hmm. Because if you're nice to people, then less bad shit is going to happen.
And it's the right thing to do. Even if you're like a goddamn socialist and that's the system you believe we should be living under, you should want everybody to be nice to each other, because if socialism is the right fucking system, then you're going to need everybody to be nice to each other and care about everybody in order for them to fucking share these scarce resources that you want to happen. Otherwise, how the fuck do you expect it to happen if you're going to... That's why I don't get it. That's why I don't get it. I'm like, okay, so you're somebody that believes everybody needs to be nice and socialism is the thing we need to be doing, or some level of socialism. A lot of democratic socialists, especially today. And you don't think it's important to teach people to be nice? And how do you expect these people, once they become adults, to not take over that system like Stalin did when, after the Bolshevik Revolution and all that? Because a lot of the communists.
I was going to say, we're about to go off on a huge tangent, and I don't care. I'm totally fine with this, because I've wanted to say this for so freaking long. I just wanted to get a commie on here before we said it, but whatever. Like everybody's like, "Oh, real communist." Hang on, let me. I want to do my communist voice. Real communism hasn't been tried yet. We need real communism. Real communism hasn't been tried yet, and it's like, yeah, okay. In what way has real communism not been tried? Because real communism, everybody just shares and blah, 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 and you don't have the evil overlords who are doing the evil shit that the evil overlords do in the communist. And it's like, okay, let's say that America today, we held a vote today on St. Patrick's Day for whatever the fuck reason. We held a vote, and it turned out that... we'll say it's a landslide. 62%. 62%. That's a landslide. 62% of the people in America voted for America to become communist. And it was like, well, 62% of the people want it. We're going to be communist now. 38%, had to do math in my head. 38% of the people, you were going to have to say, sorry, you just lost all of your land, all of your money. It's all going into the pool. How are you going to get that from them? You think they're going to give it to you voluntarily? It's not going to happen. You are going to have to use violence. You're going to have to use the military. You're going to have to use the police state that you guys talk so badly about, which I agree with. Don't get me wrong. I do think that we have a terrible police state. But you're going to have to use all of that to get the money, the guns, the land, the food, whatever, all of it from these people because they aren't giving it up easy. And then you're going to have to put them into the work camps and the gulags or internment camps or whatever you want to call it, depending on which country you're from. And you then have become one of the evil communist overlords everybody talks shit about.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, there is no way for quote unquote real communism to be tried because real communism incites violence.
It has to.
From the very beginning.
Even they admit it.
Yeah, from the very beginning.
You have to have violent revolution. They admit it.
Yeah.
But then they act like, I don't know how they act like that. It's violence, but it's not going to lead to violence. That shit makes no sense.
Right. It's violence says, oh, don't worry. In the end, it's going to be a utopia. No, it's not. Because you're showing violence. People are going to be mad. Like, it's the same theory. Like, okay, so let's say we voted and my dad got taken, right? Because, obviously he's not giving up his stuff. So he gets taken, right? Well, okay, the government just took my dad. Well, fuck you. I'm coming after you. And I understand I'm just one guy, but I'm coming after you. But you're going to have to kill the podcast. You're going to end up having to kill me because I will do whatever I can to make sure that I do everything in my power to stop that from happening to anybody else's dad. And and then, I end up getting taken. I end up getting killed. And then my wonderful co-host is like, oh, they just killed my co-host and my chance at stardom and, fame and riches in this communist utopia.
I wouldn't come for you.
What's that?
I wouldn't come for you.
Wow.
Because what I would do.
Wow.
See, here's what I would do. I would tell you before that even happens is, hey, it sucks what happened to your dad and my dad.
And all of our friends' dads.
We start making copies of the now illegal Animal Farm, The Giver,
1984.
Copies of the movie Divergent, Hunger Games, The Giver. What other what other commie? Just dystopian books and movies, and then like in secret we're like, there's an underground thing and we're screening the movies and like passing the books out. And then the fucking freedom fighters come out. And our names would be etched in history as the fucking leaders of the Liberty Revolution.
I like it.
It's going to be badass.
But no matter what, like you're gonna get the blowback, and then more people are gonna be fighting, and it's
exactly, yeah. I was joking.
I know, I understand, but it's the same theory of us going over to the Middle East and constantly attacking. Like, yeah, we're blowing up these places, and for democracy or whatever, but you're killing people. Kids are getting pissed off, and then they're like, "Well, fuck America. Now we want to fight America," and so it just continually perpetuates the cycle over and over and over again. Communism will not work anywhere, ever. Okay, that's not true. It will work in very small communities where everybody in that community agrees to live that way in that particular community. And if somebody doesn't like it, they throw them out. Only way you can do it. 100% only way you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I learned that from Hans Hermann Hoppe. But yeah, only way that communism could ever work is in this sort of small community.
Yeah.
Other than that, no,
and
it will not work.
I watched a video where Dr. Murray Rothbard, I don't remember what the video fully was about, but in the video he was talking about how in all the communist revolutions, the violence aside, the first wave of revolutionaries are true believers.
Yes.
And it would work for that generation. And the thing is, the next generation are not true believers, and they're into the system now that they're living into, and they start taking advantage and control of the system that they're in, which I thought was really interesting. Stalin being, part of the revolution, but not the original revolutionary thinker that he was. Stalin did just take over from the communists and get rid of all the other true believers, and that's what happened in all of them, and that's what is going to end up happening every single time you have some kind of communist revolution. Is the first generation are true believers, violence aside, if you want to do that. Violence aside, the generations after the true believers are not, and they're just going to take advantage of that system, and that's how you get those dictatorships,
right?
Those authoritarian regimes. But we were talking about guns, right?
Yeah. I don't know how we got there. But yeah, we know so many people who are, they're not socialists. They're democratic socialists, because that's fucking different. And I've got friends who are full-fledged, admittedly communists. And whatever, I don't care. I'm friends with everybody. Fine with it. Mm-hmm. I don't care. But that has bothered me, because there is no way for anytime somebody's like, but that's not real communism. How do you expect it to work?
The funniest thing I saw was the difference between Nazis and communists is Nazis don't tell you that real Nazism wasn't tried.
Right.
Another little piece of history, since you guys know that I love history.
You love history?
Yeah.
Weird.
Before World War II started, when Hitler was trying to take all the German lands that were taken from Germany sort of illegally during, the Treaty of Versailles, so Stalin and Hitler both had, through their ambassadors, signed a treaty called the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. And this was the pact that started the invasion of Poland, where they were going to they wanted to take the city of Danzig mainly, but he ended up taking the whole thing. People don't know this for some reason, but the Soviet Union invaded Poland during World War II. They together invaded Poland.
Right.
And people seem to ignore that. The communists invaded Poland with the Nazis. And you want to tell me they're good guys? The only reason that the Soviet Union ended fighting on the side of the Allies was because Hitler decided to invade Russia. Otherwise, they didn't give a fucking shit what Hitler was doing. And you want to act like they're the good guys. No, they're not. They're accomplices.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so back to the guns, a few of the other statistics. I was looking through some statistics that I had remembered. One of them is a little iffy from what I've seen. But then again, people are not reading or looking into the stuff that I've posted. And I can't hold hands I'm not saying that with any disrespect, but I can't hold hands.
But if you're
through the whole process,
if you're blonde, about 5'10", he will definitely hold your hand.
Yeah,
through the entire process.
Hell yeah. What was I gonna say?
You can't hold our hands.
Yeah, so like, depending on what you. So there is no actual definition of what a mass shooting is, because different organizations, both government and non, will say it's 2+, 3+, 4+, single or multiple shooter.
It's weird that Australia used to count it as a 4+ up until 1996, and then they upped it to 6.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Weird. Right when their mass shooting numbers went way down.
Yeah.
It got jumped by 2.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
yeah,
gun bans and all that probably helped. No.
Yeah.
They changed the numbers. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, from all of those, from the study I had posted, so I can't tell you what it is right now because I don't have that kind of memory, but I can post the link in somewhere on the web page, in the comments, whatever. Out of the last 27 mass shooters, of the 7 young adults, only one of them was raised by their biological father.
Yep.
Only one of them. And this comes from this was on Fox, citing another article on the Federalist. And basically this person, and what this guy said, and this is why I can't hold hands, is not every fatherless person, not everybody being raised without a father is going to be a mass shooter. And not everybody with a father isn't going to be a mass shooter. But it's a statistic that's important to keep in mind. And this goes back to the whole being nice thing is, why can't we take the breakdown in the family seriously, and that having a father is important? Because somebody was saying, no, there's no breakdown. You tell me of course there's a breakdown in families in this country.
Just real quick, I got to interrupt, but our editor-in-chief just joined us on.
Okay.
Yeah, so, hey, Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching your show. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. But yeah, there is some whatever minuscule level of correlation there. And when you expand that to gang violence, the problem exacerbates itself.
Yeah.
Where criminals and gang members, mostly fatherless.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's not a silly statistic to to bring up. And there's definitely a breakdown in the family unit in this country. In some races more than others. Like, African American families, more often than not, have a breakdown in their family. And I think I talked about this maybe 2 episodes ago. There's that black professor that talks about this.
Yeah.
How one of the things that African Americans need to do as a community is to fix this single motherhood household issue.
Oh God, who was it? I don't remember who put it out, but they said the easiest way for a family, or for somebody to succeed, for a family to succeed, is for somebody to succeed is to wait until you're married to have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one of the 3 I remember. Crap. Like, I remember Julie Borowski talked.
Yeah. Wait till you're married to have kids, and I think
There was 2 more.
Something that had to do with a degree of like getting a degree. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but
I wish we'd be able to. Share it.
I wish I could remember. I apologize to anybody watching or listening, because I wish I could remember this. Because it's true.
Yeah,
it's 100% true. Like, if you do these 3 things,
you'll be successful in life.
You'll be successful. Like, you won't be poor.
Yeah,
essentially.
Exactly. Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
but I think that also goes the same for what you were just saying. Finish high school. Caleb, thank you. Finish high school, wait until you're married to have kids, and something else. But you will be more successful if you follow these 3 simple steps.
Yes, yeah.
3 simple steps.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it's like, but the same thing can be said about having kids that won't become criminals because they will see the success that you're having.
Yeah, exactly. And, some of the other statistics, even going back to this whole looking beyond mass shootings, no matter how you want to. And mass shootings also, again, sometimes leave out gang violence.
Gang violence
is usually left out of
is
mass
usually
shooting
left out of-
statistics.
right.
But, that's the thing. Completely random mass shootings are very rare. Mass shootings are a small fraction of the totality of firearm violence, and even a small fraction of all violence together in general, no matter whether a firearm is involved or not. I wish I could remember. I wrote the statistics on my status.
I'm just going to point this out, though, for those of you who don't watch us and you listen. You have a computer right in front of you.
Yeah, true. But 98% of mass shootings happen, again, depending on this is the problem. It depends on how you define a mass shooting in a gun-free zone.
Yep.
If not 98%, the smallest number I've seen was 70%.
Yeah, I've seen between 80 and 98. Like I know of. Okay, so I don't know if the
which goes beyond schools, by the way.
Right. I don't know. I'm pretty certain that the church outside of San Antonio. I don't think that was a gun-free zone.
Yeah, not all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, so there was that one, and then there was the one at the restaurant that I don't remember the name of the restaurant. Where I think
Australia?
No, it was here, but I don't remember the name of the restaurant. What's his name? Change my mind.
Change my mind?
Yeah. I'm pro-gun. Change my mind. What's his name?
Steven Crowder.
Thank you. Steven Crowder. He was talking about it, and he was like, it's not a gun-free zone, but it's a lack of good food zone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I think those are the only two, quote-unquote mass shootings that happened at not gun-free zones.
Yeah. And then there's more, the choice of mass shooters is not an AR, and it's actually not rifles.
It's
handguns.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah, it's handguns. And the other one is from I think the number is 292 weapons used in mass shootings. Half of them were obtained legally, and then 76 were unknown, and the rest were illegal. So again, not all of them are obtained legally.
Right.
And then, again, expand. Let's look beyond mass shootings to shootings, whether it's theft, grand theft auto, armed robberies, all of that, crimes of passion. Why are we ignoring that? Like, why? What's so special about mass shootings other than the fact that a large number of people died in one instance?
Right.
Nothing. So these people act like...
No matter what, no matter which way you look at it, it's all lives lost. And any time a life is lost, it's tragic.
Yeah. And then you look even more. Trucks used to kill people.
Trucks,
bombs,
vans,
knives, hands, like choking somebody.
Right.
Bats. There's a multitude of things you can do to kill somebody that happen needles.
Can't even tell you how many times I've seen somebody thrown off a building.
Yeah.
In a movie. Not in real life.
So the problem is not firearms. The problem is figuring out how to fix this violence that's inherent to humanity through our evolution. We've always had it. We need to fix that.
Yes.
Tool ain't going to do anything. Take away the tool, stab somebody. Take away the stabby, they'll fucking punch somebody to death. Yeah.
Yeah. So...
But yeah, lots of interesting statistics to look out there for. A quote-unquote assault weapons ban or a raising of the age is not going to do anything if somebody...
And especially if you're going to raise the age, okay, whatever. But if people under that age already own that gun and you're going to come and try to take those guns from them, awful fucking idea.
And something else that Skylar just told me, I don't remember this situation. A guy stabbed 3 people. in order to get a gun to shoot people. If you're willing to stab somebody to get a gun to shoot people, you're already a problem whether you have a gun or not.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people ignoring that? And they will never give you a proper answer.
No.
They'll never give you a proper answer.
When was the
They'll just talk about, oh, well, you people are just mad that we're trying to take your toys away.
Right.
As if like that's going to fucking offend me that you're calling weapons a toy.
Don't care.
Yeah, like, no, I don't think so. Oh, the other thing, like, because I had seen this multiple times, especially from David Hogg, that moron. People think that, like, the Second Amendment existed before the NRA.
Yes.
People don't seem to know that for some reason.
Yeah, which is weird.
That's been around forever.
Well,
Whether
let's not say forever.
Well, yeah, but the Second Amendment exists with or without the NRA, and these people are, and like I don't want to give them. Actually, I want to give them more ammunition. By the way, there's the Gun Owners of America, the National Association of Gun Rights, and a shit ton of state Second Amendment advocacy groups in all the states.
Did you see that David Hogg hasn't been accepted to college?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's on his Twitter. Just got rejected from another college.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
the CNN
when you're being he's being a
Listen.
child, and he's honestly being an asshole the way he talks.
Oh yeah.
You know,
he's the CNN minister of misinformation.
Mm-hmm.
And wearing his armband.
Somebody said David yesterday showed us that video where he was saying, "What if our politicians weren't the bitches of the NRA?"
Yeah.
Wow.
That
pretentious as fuck.
That kid is so obnoxious.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Can't wait for him to be 18.
Anyways, we're out of time.
Yeah, we are out of time. Okay, first, the song... Okay, anybody who started watching our show from the beginning, that was backwards, by the way, playing that. Let's
BACKWORDZ.
Yes. Good friends of ours from Texas. Their album's great if you like metal music. Actually, I don't even like metal music, and I love it.
Are you trying to close out with that song again?
I was gonna say let's close out with that song.
Well, let's finish doing.
Right, we'll do our thing. But I was gonna say let's close out with that song, so the people who listen to us on their phone devices, they can hear it.
Yeah,
because
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
the metal version of Bye Bye Bye, sang by a black guy, and he sounds white.
Yeah, and I would.
He laughed. I tagged him. I was like, "You did good on sounding like a white guy."
Yeah, man, like throughout that entire thing, like that song was just stuck in my head. I just kept going. Ba, ba, ba.
I mean, even it's a catchy song. Even the original's a catchy song.
Also, I need you to do a guttural growl or something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Otherwise, we have a 1-star review.
I didn't practice.
I don't care.
An asshole friend of mine gave us a 1-star until I do a guttural death growl for death metal.
Right.
And I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, so I need you to, well, you better figure that out because we have a 1-star review because that's...
Okay, let me... It's not easy to do it without any, like, music. So I'm going to have to play something.
play.
Let me see.
play our normal closing out music.
No.
No? Not good enough? Okay.
Yeah! I can't, man. It's not easy, man. Guttural is not... Okay, that's my attempt, but guttural is not easy. Yeah. Because I tried learning it last year, because I was like, I kind of want to do guttural stuff, because some people are pretty good at it. And the old lead singer, which is now the current lead singer of Killswitch Engage, had to take time off because he
having a full-time job, finish high school, wait till marriage to have a kid.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Caleb.
Yep. Yeah.
Y'all for the assist.
Yeah. Yeah, he does his guttural with the throat, but it's called guttural.
Yeah.
So it actually is supposed to come from the gut, but I don't know how to. It takes practice to do guttural. I'm not good at it. There's my attempt. Give me my 5 stars.
Right. We want our 5 stars.
Anyway.
Yeah. We did not. We barely touched on any topics today.
That's fine.
But no, I mean it was good. I enjoyed it.
Zena Haspel, bad choice for the CIA. Rand Paul's awesome, and something else on there.
Yeah, something about we can choose to pick drugs.
Oh, the right to try drugs that the GOP and
You can tell you were worked in the medical field because, good God,
why?
your handwriting is shit.
Yeah. Anyways, look up those topics about the CIA and Rand Paul standing against that nomination and the GOP's right to try bill that Trump really wants. That surprisingly the DNC is trying to block.
Yep.
Anyways, we are finished.
McCabe got fired.
Yes, he got fired.
Anyway, yeah, so thank you all so much for watching and listening. And remember, you can find us at muddiedwatersofreedom.com. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/muddiedwatersofreedom. You can follow us on Instagram at muddiedwatersofreedom or on Twitter at muddied_waters. Everybody send us a message welcoming our brand new editor-in-chief and regular contributor to the show, Taylor Anderson.
Hopefully she'll be on next weekend.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah.
But, you know. Yeah. But, yeah, so once again, Taylor, thank you so much. We are glad that you are a member of the Muddied Waters of Freedom, and I can't wait to have you try Kava if you haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really fun experience. If we can get that done live on the show with you here, even better.
Yeah.
Because your face is going to be amazing when you try that the first time. Anyway. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, please share, please tell your friends. And, yeah, we will see you all next week.
Mm-hmm. And remember where we're going?
We don't need roads. This is why you cue the music beforehand.
Shouldn't do that.
What?
I already started it, so your thing is going.
Oops.
Hey, hey. Bye, bye, bye. I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on. I loved you endlessly, and you weren't there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it alone. I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you. Just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Don't really wanna make it tough. I just wanna tell you that I've had enough. I might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Just hit me with the truth now. Girl, you're all around, gone too. So give me one good reason, baby. Come on. I live for you and me, and now I really come to see that life would be much better once you're gone. I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you. Just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Don't really wanna make it tough. I just wanna tell you that I've had enough. I might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. I'm giving up, I know for sure. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. Nah, I'm checking out, I'm signing off. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. I'm giving up, I know for sure. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. Man, I'm checking out, I'm signing off. I don't wanna
Taxation is theft.